All right, greetings and welcome everyone to today's class. Today, I do believe we have Thea, though I haven't been speaking to them. And I just remind everyone to mute their microphone if they're not already muted. We don't want any feedback today. And I'm going to channel Thea and we'll get started. I wanted to mention one thing before we get started. I spoke with a hippogriff yesterday, dealt with a hippogriff, perhaps is the better way to say it. And they were like 16 feet tall. They are essentially giant dragons. They're just like Anunnaki, but they're bigger physically. And I don't believe this species flies. And they're more subtle than the Anunnaki, and they're stronger. So if you guys ever deal with Nibirians, hippogriffs are stronger than Anunnaki. I don't know what the hierarchy is yet, but I'm figuring that out over time. And hippogriffs are stronger than Anunnaki. But anyway, I'll share that with you all. Nice to have you, Diosa. Good to see you. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to channel. Sir Shing is our moderator for today's. Thank you for that. And I'll see y'all on the other side. I just thought of something kind of funny. Every time I channel, you guys don't know if I'm going to be channeling or if I'm going to be falling asleep. But either way, you guys are patiently waiting. Just thought it'd be funny if I just started sleeping.
You should do it one time.
Everyone's just waiting there. Oh. All right. Hello, everyone. We are Thea.
Greetings,
Greeting. Thea.
Greetings.
Thea.
Greetings,
Hello.
Thea.
Hello,
Greetings,
Thea.
Thea.
We're still making some
Greetings.
adjustments. Greetings. Greetings. It's so wonderful to be here in the flesh, as it were. Do we have any questions? We haven't seen you in a little bit of time, but that's okay. It gives you time to think.
Greetings, Thea. I'm the moderator today, Shing.
Shing, yes.
And yes. And we have hands from Larissa, Nick, and Mag. Larissa.
Larissa.
Greetings, Thea.
Greetings.
My question has to do with, I guess, thought patterns.
Yes.
So how does one create coherence between what one desires and their unconscious belief of what they can attain?
Manifestation. What you desire versus what you permit yourself to attain is essentially the question. Well, you will stop yourself from getting a lot of things because you may not think that you're worthy, because you may not think that you're capable of achieving that goal. Maybe the goal has too many steps, or the steps are too far apart for you as an individual, or perhaps your stress levels can't handle that many stairs or stairs that are that far apart from each other. So there's many things that will cause you to get in your own way to prevent you from getting what you want. But there's very few things, there are some exceptions, but there are very few things that are preventing you from getting what you want if you don't get in your own way. So most of the things that you want in life are attainable. Most things. There are exceptions to specific individuals with physical maladies, perhaps brain conditions or physical retardations or physical problems with the body. But besides this, for the most part, most humans have a template that's rather uh, medium, uh, mean, average is the word we're looking for.
Okay. Oh, that's funny you mentioned template because that's going to be one of my questions later. But so is there an exercise that we can do to snap us out of, like, to get us to where we actually believe what we want, maybe? Or I don't even know if that's a good thing to ask for if it's maybe not in your highest and greatest good, but if we can create that coherence, then maybe we can live a better life.
Well, the coherence is all in what do you want? And you'll need to actually know what you want and have um, solid structure and stability on that one thing. If you want a cheeseburger and then you want a dress and then you want a vehicle and then you want a house and then you want a boyfriend, then this is many wants. And that's okay. But if you want all of them all at the same time, then this becomes harder on your manifesting ability. But if you have one goal, perhaps you want to be an excellent parent to a child, that goal stays with you. And the longer that the goal is with you, the more that God reinforces that behind what you want. So if you always have the will to become rich, then that is a driving force behind your whims, which is essentially whims are complex, but your mind and spirit, they work together to create your whims. Your whims are your desires, your thoughts to do particular things, your goals, your aspirations, your inspiration, they all lean towards whims. So sometimes your body produces whims as well. I want ice cream, or I want fries, or I want an apple. So whims are very important to know about because God uses these whims to aim you in a particular direction to go down a specific timeline. And that timeline is towards what you want. If you don't know what you want, then your will will be controlled by the matrix. And the matrix will tell you what you want in many different ways through commercials or television systems or internet systems or radio or any means, all means possible. They will be telling you what you want. So it's very, very important to know what you want. And if you don't, today is the best day to begin. Ask yourself in many different ways, what do I want? What do I need? First, what do I need? Fill out all of these systems. If you need shelter, find a way to produce shelter. If you need love, find a way to produce love. If you need camaraderie, find a way to produce that and meet new friends, for example. So first find out what your needs are and then find out what your wants are. The wants are another tier on top of what your needs are. Needs are always fulfilled first, and then wants are always fulfilled secondary to that.
Okay. Okay. There was a video that David S. introduced us to talking about reflecting. The matrix reflects our state and it gives us that frequency.
Yes, it does do that.
Yeah. And so in regards to manifesting what you want, if you're always agitated or feel like you don't deserve it, but you want it, you're putting out conflicting frequencies. So it's a chaotic response to that. So,
yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Larissa.
And that's called a feedback loop that you're going to create for yourself. You want something, but you don't believe you're worthy of it. So you fight each other. You fight yourself fighting yourself, essentially.
So you need to get out of that feedback loop.
You need to remove the belief that you're not worthy of it or can't have that system, or you need to strengthen your want for it so high that it bulldozes over the lack of self-worth or whatever the limiting belief is.
Yes. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Nick,
Nick,
Greetings, Thea.
greetings.
In the same line of Larissa's questioning, how can we manifest what we want more effortlessly? Like, say you want wealth. How can you make it so you kick a gold nugget on your hike that you go on? You know?
We know what you mean, but everyone wants a miracle. But a miracle is something outstanding that happens when you're doing exactly what God wants you to do. So the whims that we spoke about, God guides you towards those whims. And then if you follow God, then you get rewards. So this is how God reinforces their thank you to you, let's just say. So if you
Interesting.
follow your inspiration, you follow God.
Interesting, interesting. This is really interesting. So, if you are following God, you will find a miracle.
Eventually, yes. But miracles
So,
aren't often given out, so you have to really follow it.
and how do you know you're following God and not something else?
Well, it's all God, really. It's all a part of God, light parts of God and dark parts of God, gray parts of God. But they all lead you down a path. But you get to choose which one you choose to follow. The black, the gray, and the white, they'll all say something to you. They'll all say, go for this. But it's your choice, your free will that determines which path you're actually going to take. If you listen to the darkness more than the light or the gray, then you take a dark path over a long period of time. But if you say, darkness, go away, I want to deal with the light only, then eventually it's just the gray and the white that's dealing and pulling for your attentions and for your will. But you have to choose, do I want to be gray or do I want to be white? And if you choose this path, this one path, not three paths at the same time, it's actually not possible to pick three at the same time. But bouncing back and forth between three is possible throughout a lifetime. And some people do that because you can. But it's best to choose just one path and stick with it because you'll feel so inclined towards that radiance or that darkness. You'll know exactly who you are and you'll fit the model of the being that represents that in the world if you stick with that one color as well or shade.
Yes. Does the dark hand out miracles?
It does, yes.
Are they negative? Are they bad things that they give you in a miraculous way?
They're dark miracles that are outstanding. Miraculous is the word.
How many miracles does one usually experience in their life?
Usually 1 to 2.
Hmm.
Some people are very rare and they have 5, but that is a miracle life. It's a theme to a life, you can say.
Yeah. Is there a way to like collapse time between wanting something and then getting what you want?
There is, yes.
How do you
That,
do this?
that would shorten the amount of time it takes for you to get your goal. Well, time
Yes.
is complex and there's always going to be challenges that you're going to have to face to get between here and there. There is what you want, and here is where you are. So, even if you reduce time, you still have several steps to go up. So, time doesn't necessarily reduce the amount of stairs that you have to adventure on, but it can make it feel like a shorter period of time. That's all.
Okay. And regarding the whims, what are they, what are whims?
Well, we just explained that, didn't we?
Okay.
It's
So
essentially God telling you and giving you opportunities to manifest certain things in certain directions of your life.
yes. So, but would God maybe, say you want a girlfriend, or for example, but then God's like, here, I'm going to give you a whim to go and get a coffee at a new place today, but it's unrelated to what you consciously think is your goal to get a girlfriend. So then God sends you to the coffee shop, and then maybe you meet someone there. Is that an example?
That's exactly how it works. And sometimes your whim is to get groceries at a certain time and to buy a certain thing at the grocery store while you're there. And it may so happen if the whim in the back of your mind is to meet the love of your life, then and it's reinforced perpetually, this is what you really want, then God is going to aim you in that direction. So he may, or they may, whatever you are, if you're male or female, may determine that the person that you're looking for is in the aisle next to you and they happen to require the same thing that you require on your grocery list. So God works in mysterious ways.
Thank you. There. That's all from me.
Yes.
Thank you, Nick.
So we didn't get an exercise for the second chakra. I hope we can get that sometime.
Yes, it's nearly identical to the root chakra. And you can choose how many petals you want on the flower, is the truth of all things. But
Okay.
you should know that each flower has 3 layers. So the outer layer, the middle layer, and the inner layer. Once you open up the outer, it will unlock the middle. And once you open the middle, it'll unlock the inner. So if you want to imagine a 5-petaled flower that's orange in color, you would first breathe deeply, relax yourself deeply. You can put your hands on your pubic region, 2 hands flatly on your lower tummy area. And then, with intention to heal and to reveal your sacral chakra to your reality, this is opening up opportunities in this area of your life. So if the chakra's closed, it causes your anti-life to manifest, which is the repercussions of actions that were done. And if it's open, then it causes your manifestation engine to open and run well. And the more layers of your chakra you have open, the better your manifestation engine works into your reality. So, and the more closed, then the more anti-life energy gets into your reality, which causes negative consequential actions and karma to come as repercussions of the closing of those chakras. So we mixed a little lesson in with the exercise, so we apologize for that. But
No, that's good. Thank you.
when you have a substantial traumatic event and you're able to heal that traumatic event and move forward, this gives you rewards. God gives you rewards. You're rewarded with positive karma. Can everyone mute, please? You're rewarded with blessings, let's say, for your adventure. There's typically something that you're permitted or granted after. So you might say one free manifestation of something wonderful after you've healed something substantial that's traumatic. And you mature as a soul as well. So through processing your trauma and the karmic cycles, you come to a conclusion, a betterment of self. And this maturity brings you to harmony in your environment, and that harmony brings you to a wonderful place in your and state of your mind and of your body and of your lifestyle as well.